In 2023, Walt Disney Animation Studios released a film in celebration of their 100th anniversary. Wish. Filled with references to Disney classics, Wish should have been the quintessential Disney fairy tale. Instead, it was criticized for its perceived vapidness and poorly written songs. Many viewers were left extremely disappointed with the film, sadly wondering, "We waited 100 years for this?" Others desperately looked for the good in the film, spreading positivity, like, "At least Magnifico was kinda hot, I guess." These are Wish movie reviews. Haven't seen it yet, but the fact that I know this movie isn't about a girl who makes wishes on a star, only for that star to be a deaf prince who falls in love with her and communicates through sign language, still ruins me to this day. Ruins me! Bold of Disney to skip the arduous task of making a good first movie and go straight to releasing the bland direct-to-video sequel instead. Honestly, it would probably be a better movie if Asha was a dry, sarcastic a-hole instead of another quirky ooh-woo girl. This is such a horrible failure in directing. So, the love of this woman's life just turned into a psychopathic murderer in the span of a few hours, and she's just unfazed? If anything, she's an enabler. Also, this guy went completely off the deep end because a high schooler questioned his business practices in a job interview. Chris Pine sings an oddly romantic ballad to a bunch of blue pondering orbs. Cinema. This is what Shrek made fun of. Hiring Chris Pine to periodically interject a hearty "mwahaha" over an animated vignette of my life highlights is not the way I would choose to celebrate my 100th birthday, but to each their own. I will not be gaslit into believing that that is the wishing star flying over the Disney logo. This is Tinkerbell erasure. And just to be clear, this isn't the wishing star from Pinocchio. This is the origin story of the real star that the Pinocchio star is based on. The star is called Star, for f***'s sake. If you think this is bad, just imagine how much worse it would have been if Star had been voiced by Kevin Hart or Chris Pratt. I want to eat that f***ing star. It's like watching an episode of Sophia the First. And by saying that, I'm actually offending that series. All the characters looked like they were having seizures with those facial expressions. It's been 5 minutes after I've finished watching this, and I can barely remember the hyper-generic main character's name, let alone her personality or arc. I think that even by tomorrow, all I'll be able to remember is the hilariously awful villain song, the one talking bear character who was honestly a pretty good comic relief, and the fucking hysterically stupid ending where it's implied the annoying goat founds a Zootopia in a Disney cinematic universe. That bear was giving me bad vibes. He was the real villain of this movie. Actually, the real villain of the movie is the movie itself, because it was bad. A cast of characters so weak that one dude's entire personality was sneezing twice. Asks the question, what's the line between a couple too many cameos and straight up avoiding new ideas? I have been begging Disney for years to make an animated movie with a straight up, no questions asked villain. Wish is a Disney animated movie with a straight up, no questions asked villain. Its tagline? Be careful what you wish for. The tagline is right. This movie is not great, Bob. He goes off the rails as Disney attempts to make him more comically villainous, but King Magnifico was right to strictly control the granting of wishes. Asha severely underestimates how many people are sick in the head and shouldn't have their dreams realized. Everyone in this movie acts like forgetting your wish is this horrible, sad thing. Are you kidding me? Do you know what I'd give to not have desires? Probably 90% of my problems in life happen when I want a specific thing too much. The second I start wishing for something a little too hard, that's a perfect guarantee that it won't happen and I'm about to have a terrible time. I would give my wish to Chris Pine in a heartbeat, and I'd be happier for it. Screw these guys, they didn't know how good they had it. King Magnifico is Disney's latest failed attempt at a Tumblr sexy man. I genuinely enjoyed the songs and didn't mind the animation style as much. There were a lot of cute moments and equally cute creatures that made me giggle. Either that, or I just really want Magnifico all over me. At some points during the movie, I needed to remember Magnifico was not just gonna jump out of the screen and f*** me. I wish. Okay, but where were all you haters when Frozen 2, an even more convoluted movie, got a free pass? This would easily have an extra star if the songs didn't absolutely blow it. That's it. That's the culmination of 100 years of the most influential animation studios of all time. That was just a bunch of cheap pop songs. Grrr, Disney betrayed us. Grocery store-ass songs. There are like a dozen songs in this movie, and I could not hum a single one if you put a gun to my head. Disney in the studio, like, yeah, this is aggressively bland and uninspired. Drop it. The first Disney movie to have song lyrics generated by ChatGPT. A story a century in the making. ChatGPT takes that long to generate. It is a feat to have this many songs that try to squeeze so many words into a line, just to say nothing. And why would you squeeze in 7 characters just for a reference, when half of them are useless? Maybe just don't do the reference? This is not a movie so much as it is an Easter egg hunt loosely connected by a bunch of songs, but the songs are really good. I'm powerless to resist. I got the chills at the end. Pretty sure I was just cold. Am I going crazy, or is this animation style kind of ugly? Normally, you show me a cartoon animal with big eyes and I'd immediately die for them. But these guys were a bit freaky. Which sucks, because no matter how this film was, I was ready to devote my life to the little goat in pajamas. I'll admit, I like when Disney girlies get goat sidekicks. However, Alan Tudyk, I love you, but jolly supremacy. Disney, stop making an annoying animal sidekick for iPad babies challenge. I'ma strangle that smug little annoying as hell goat. They have a talking goat in this? No fucking way. Like, nobody is saying anything about the talking goat? I thought the goat had interesting things to say, especially considering goats tend to shy away from human speech. I'm really gonna be thinking about how a movie made the insane fucking choice to not only include a goat that talked in it, but to have him as a pivotal lead. Just wow. A novel setup ripe with potential, entirely squandered somewhere between an uninspired exploration of its premise's endless implications and half-assed commitment to Disney's Golden Age aesthetics. We're not even talking Diet Coke or Coke Zero anymore. We're at like someone whispering, "Coke," in the adjacent flat while you drink from a glass of tap water levels of inspiration, and I could not be happier that the once impenetrable castle is at long last crumbling down. Wishy-washy. Wish it was better. What happens when you order Disney on Wish, etc. Seeing my guy Jim Hawkins in the credits made watching this shit worth it. They put literally every Disney movie in the credits, except for Meet the Robinsons. They remembered Bolt, Chicken Little, Brother Bear, and f***ing Aladar from Dinosaur, but they forgot Meet the Robinsons. They ended the f***ing credits with the little blue cum stain from Strange World, but they forgot Meet the Robinsons. Can't wait for the YouTube video of this where the playback speed increases every time someone says Wish. Add this to your list of Disney movies that makes you want to watch a different Disney movie right after. Has more Disney references than Ralph Breaks the Internet, which is not a compliment. Puss in Boots had the last wish, and the last laugh. There goes Walt Disney, just rolling in his grave. I hate when adults watch movies made for kids and complain. It has a nice story, nice songs, and it's enjoyable. It definitely deserves more than 1 star, and it doesn't deserve the hate it got. I regret not watching at the movies because I cried at home, and I like crying there. The little star stole my heart. I already forgot everything that happened. Big thank you to my Patreon members, My Little Ruse, Kuski55, Fallen Vexen, Sam, Naka42, I Am a Noodle, John Huang, Fantastic Wreck, Laser Scorpio, Night Avenger, and Mintara. Thank you so much for your extra support on Patreon. It means the world to me. I'm so glad to have you here. I appreciate you very much. Keep on being awesome. And the same goes to my YouTube channel members, My Mini Ruse, AD, Taylor Thompson, Foxstar Killer, Logan, and This Person 10. Thank you so much for your extra support. I'm so glad to have you be a part of my channel. I really appreciate you guys always sticking around. I cannot thank you enough for your support, and I wish you the best. And the same goes to everyone else who watched. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, whether you enjoyed the movie Wish or not. I'm pretty neutral on Wish. I don't think it was amazing, but I've seen worse movies for sure. I'll read through your comments eventually, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, have a wonderful week, and may all your wishes come true.